Very warm good afternoon to everyone. So, in order to celebrate National Innovation, we are conducting this kind of thing. So, the event is being recorded and it is being organized by the Institutions Innovation Council, IIC, which has been receiving on the institute. Now, to begin our session, what is this innovation all about? What are its merits? How to go about with in the field of innovation? All these things we have just a glance into. It is more of a discussion kind of a presentation, not a one-sided. So now, we'll start innovation with innovation in ads. Can you see this ad in hopefully? Listen. So the scenario is they have gone to watch it's a cinema theater and they have gone there, everyone to watch. So they are watching some driving and at one instant they will be receiving a message from a common message to all. If you go to say Cinepolis, the Cinepolis owner will give us a message to everyone and everyone at that moment they will check their mobile. At that instant something will happen on the screen. And they do not know what else happened. The moral of the story is that way to idea get that is. This is the way of innovation, getting what we are trying to achieve. Now, another. This is also no one has seen this. One set of innovation which you generally see in ads. You will get so many. Even Fevicol has the best set of ads. Amul, they do not have ads like this, but they have posters basically of any whatsoever. Now we have another set of law. What does this remind you of? Taglines basically. I think this was far before your time. Sorry for that. Next one. The second. Fourth one. The most Evo. Now it has been split into two parts, Evo and during our time it was Evo and finally, exactly, this I don't think I have mentioned, but it Tata Steel. Now why I say this, and before we move on to engineering innovation, why I say this is, why is it innovative in a way? In the first two slides you have seen some videos, the next slide you are seeing something to do with taglines. Is it innovative first and foremost? Yes, it is innovative. And I ask you, why is it innovative a little bit later? But do you agree that it is innovative in the first place? Innovative for something. Of course, the center fresh one, it doesn't serve any purpose. The way, I mean, they have just said that it just blabbers and this one, yeah, but it doesn't serve any purpose. Fevikwik to some extent it serves the purpose because it, this one. And the third one, which one we had seen? The mobile one, yeah, that is the most innovative of all. Coming to engineering innovations, what are the innovations which you can think of? Engineering innovation. Everything around you is innovative in one way or the other. But bottle openers for students. Hope you get the pun. Next one, if at all you see some cracks, the best way to solve that is take a huge this one and fix it. And this is the best of all. You don't know what is going on around. You are in your sleepy mode. Everyone are clapping. Go with the flow. This is another way of innovation. And the fourth one is that one student who has asked extra questions or assignment in the class, and the rest of the students say, these are innovative tips we get. Now, what do you mean by innovation? First question, does innovation and invention mean the same? What is the difference? What is that thing which differentiates innovation with invention? Anyone, there is no correct answer, there is no wrong answer. Innovation can bear an idea, yes, and invention is an idea. Invention, see, basically it is the other way. Invention, it is more of a concept. Now, he invented something. It is a concept. He invented, say, television. He invented mobile phone. But what is that innovation thing which is going on there? The best example, see, as we say that innovation is equal to invention into commercialization. Mobile phones were always there, smartphones are always there. But why do you think iPhone has an extra advantage over other smartphones? What is that innovative thing which is going on in iPhone when compared to other Android phones? Earlier Windows phones were there, Blackberries were there. But what was that feature which was going on in iPhone, in Apple, which made them the most innovative company on the planet? Right? So the same thing, if you can take your invention and commercialize it in any given way, that is what it leads to innovation. Say for example, earlier, did you see these kinds of phones when you were very, very small? Right? But then came in 2007 or the iPhone 2G, iPhone 2. Right? Why did it revolutionize? iPhone 2 was not the first smartphone which was having touch screen. No, touch screen was there in 1990s also. iPhone was not the first phone to include, say, browsing, internet browsing. No, BlackBerry had it way before. Nokia had it way before. And iPhone was not even the phone to have a camera in the first place. BlackBerries and Nokia had it way before. N series of Nokia and all had it way before. So what was that thing which it changed the game? Virtual keyboard. Till that, how many of you remember BlackBerry phone? Correct? BlackBerry was supposed to be considered as the executive phone. All high professionals had BlackBerry and BlackBerry account, BlackBerry Messenger, BBM they used to call it. Right? Everything was there. But that was using a QWERTY physical keyboard. Right? This innovation of virtual keyboard was Apple's, say, prime thing, which made them stand apart. Of course, there are other innovative things, other companies also who had tried with keyboard, this type of keyboard, virtual keyboard, which is there in all mobile phones. But seamlessly, without any without any, lags. Right? iPhone was able to, internet on mobile, this was also there. Built in iPod. iPod, you remember? small thing which could store 4,000 songs and all. What they did, they took iPod features and implemented it in iPhone. Fine, so you did not have an extra iPad as such, iPod as such. Similarly, Safari browser. Earlier, some browser was there. I think not Opera, another some Dolphin, I suppose. Dolphin browser, old. I'm talking about very very old. Then Safari browser came into picture, and it was a super hit. Similarly, multi-touch feature, accelerometer, which you take gyro and accelerometer, which is there in all smartphones. It started initialized with iPhone 2. 2 megapixel camera. Till there it was 0.3 megapixels and other. I think Sony had a better one. But all these features in one single phone, it had in iPhone. That is why it was a standout thing. That is why Apple always goes and it always increases with every iPhone. One thing or the other. What is the different thing with iPhone 13 and iPhone 14? Recent, present, now? If you are one camera, much more better quality, rendering. Fine. Next. Accident detection. I have none of it. I read somewhere that I think iPhone 14 has a feature wherein you can message using satellite. This one. It does not need a carrier, a telecom carrier. It directly uses. You have heard of satellite phones, which does not need a Airtel or Jio or anything. Right? So that feature is included in iPhone, the recent one, and it will be the customers will be given it for free for the next 2 weeks. I don't know whether it is in India, but outside that is it. So every now and then they innovate something, and that is why innovation is good. See that this is the phone which I was talking about. This was a phone, a touchscreen phone in 1990s, and it was very bulky, and the battery was only for 1 hour, not more than that. So who will buy this? Similarly with these phones, Nokia phones were the best. Trust me, I don't know how many of you have used Nokia phones. If it falls, even if it falls, I'll get a peaceful sleep in the night. Because I know that nothing will happen to the phone. However, if this mobile, if it just tilts a little bit, forget about falling, if it tilts a little bit, my heart will skip twice. Right? So Nokia, and they had that in mind. Nokia phones, if I'm not wrong, one of the statement, I think by Nokia CEO at one point of time, he said a very painful statement. We at Nokia, correct me if I am wrong, we at Nokia did not do a single mistake. Try to understand the gravity of the situation. They always thought that they were doing the right thing, and that was the reason for their downfall. They did not innovate. They did not think of the future. When people started talking about iPhone, all other CEOs, all other phone manufacturers, they started making fun of them. Such a costly iPhone 2, who will be buying it in 2007? And see where we are. All phones have converted to smartphones with touch screen. Everything is going. So at the right time, you need to take the right decision with all factors coming into it. Nokia had the best option of doing it. They were the kings in making phones. All sorts of phones, from small to big, from flip to this, that, everything. Camera phones, mobile game phones. There was a dedicated game phone. I think N series of Nokia had one. But see where they were. And one more phone was, I think, some 102 megapixel or something. Trust me, I think 102 or 50 megapixel Nokia. Somewhere in 2011 or 12, they had it at that time. But they could not innovate. So, if at all I have to give you a textbook definition, innovation starts with an idea, addresses a market need, and creates a value. Any idea which you have, look for it, search for it, see whether you can do a small delta X change in that, and start to commercialize on that. That is the process of innovation. If you have an idea, and if you don't commercialize it, if nothing comes out of that idea, it's of no use. Simple. If you had what goes behind the touch screen, some material goes behind touch screen, right? Silicon or whatever it is. You have an idea that silicon helps, with silicon you can do touch screen things. Keeping that idea with you, having a patent for that, will that serve any purpose? No. Unless and until you take that idea and use it somewhere, you won't be getting money and you won't be able to commercialize it. It will be only an invention, it won't be an innovation. So innovation is something wherein you invent something, you take an idea and you commercialize it. Right? This is the process of innovation. Numbers once again know. And again, if at all we consider aircraft itself, right from our flight, gliders, weather balloons, from there we have come to this stage. It didn't happen on a single year, it didn't take 10 years, it didn't take 50 years, it literally took about a century to come to this stage. So please remember about the innovation. Next are the types of innovation. Now, types of innovation, there are many. If at all, I'll just go through this quickly. Technological process or business models. What do you mean by technological innovation? Best example. Tesla. Using the technology of your, say, motors, BLDC motors, they have been able to convert it to such a large scale. They have taken the motors, they have built an electric vehicle. But now the electric vehicle is not the technology, it is the driverless vehicle. It is the so this is what is meant by technology. What about process? If at all you have a process, say for example, instead of simple thing, if at all I do a work one after the other, this is one way of doing work. First I go, I switch on this, then I go there, I switch on that, then I come here, I explain. This is one way of doing. Another way, simultaneously I will be doing small things. Best example, instead of students learning on the very last day before the exam, little by little, every single day, if they had done that, on the exam day, they will be capable enough to score 100 out of 100. So this method is called as concurrent. You concurrently, every single day, bit by bit, to learn about something, and that on the required day you will be able to deliver entire. Or keep everything in the last minute and put it on the one who sits above all. Let the question paper come easy, let the evaluation be easy, can be put it in that. So I leave it. That is the innovation. And third one is the business model. Business model is, I think most of you know about this. Innovation in business model. Heard of various business models? I would strongly suggest you to look into MIT OpenCourseware. There is a video lecture series on innovation. Please have a look into it. Again, I won't explain what it is. But business model, one bad example of innovation in business model I tell you. How many of you know about network marketing? Sorry? Exactly. Wherein a group of people will be there. They will be hiring one person, and that one person has to have 4 to 5 to 6 or how many ever under him. That then the tree goes on and on and on. Sorry? So that is one way of business modeling where innovation was used. But whether it is good or bad, we will leave it to the discussion later. Okay, I have given the references here, you can have a look. Yeah, now comes the most interesting thing. Which company do you think was the best one when it came to social media? Social media. Facebook. But actually it started with Orkut and Facebook. You remember Orkut? MySpace, yeah. Orkut, MySpace became. But Orkut actually it had, Orkut was from Google. And Orkut had a better hand when compared to Facebook initially. But then, because of the continuous innovation what was taking place in Facebook, it became the leading trend in innovation at that instant. And now, of course, Insta has come, Twitter has come, so on and so forth. But the first one was Facebook. Similarly with Netflix. How many of you remember during your childhood days you had those VCRs and cassettes where you had to, we used to go to video parlors, we used to take that 1 week of time and some money we had to pay, correct? Netflix, removed everything, you had to pay a monthly fees, and for that monthly fees, whatever you wanted to watch, you can watch it for any number of times. That is that innovation thing which went on with Netflix. What was it with the Tesla? Same thing. It started with electric vehicles, modified the existing one into electric vehicles, and now they are into unmanned drive or unmanned vehicles. Similarly, WhatsApp. Earlier we used to message one day, 100 messages free, all those things was there. And how many of you remember Skype for video conferencing? They literally ruined it. Right? They had the best thing, best possible thing they could have thought of, they literally ruined it. And WhatsApp came into picture and took everything. And it was sold for $17 billion or something to Facebook. It was that big. Similarly, Nintendo, how many of you know about it? PlayStation, not PlayStation or Xbox. PlayStation is from Sony, Xbox is from Microsoft. Similarly, Nintendo, one more gaming console. So during 1980s, they came up, they revolutionized the gaming with video games. Similarly with Amazon, and Amazon's best part is Amazon or Flipkart, initially they did not have any resources with them. So Amazon did not have any resources with them. They are only the middlemen. Seller is there, buyer is here. Connect, that's it. They started with books and see now where they are. Right? That sort of good. Same thing to do with Google. Which is the most search engine? First, number one, Google. Second, no. I'm not talking about engine, search engines. Bing. Trust me. First one is Google. Second one is YouTube. YouTube is meant for videos only, but still it is the second largest search engine. Third one, I think it is Bing. Earlier it was Internet Explorer. Now it is not Internet. It was Bing earlier also. And fourth one, I think is Yahoo. Yahoo, I don't know. See, initially Yahoo had the edge, and they even had a time when they could have purchased Google. They were at that state. But now you see where Google has reached. Samsung, of course. Walkman, this how many of you remember? Sony Ericsson and Walkman. Earphones, that's it. And this I take 1 minute of your time. Microsoft. Why do you think it is the most innovative of all? See, I'll ask you 3 questions. First question. In your homes, in your personal computers, which operating system you use? Microsoft Windows. Second question. Is it pirated or, I won't say pirated because they are allowing it. Is it original, authenticated, or is it something else? Some of them original and most of them not. And third and the final question. Do you really think Mr. Satya Nadella, I hope he is still there, he does not know that you are using that kind of operating system? He knows. But still he allows you to use it. Why?
Make the habit.
Exactly. Right from the kindergarten till your final engineering, the day when you throw your hat, till that point you are using only and only MS. Whether it is Microsoft Office, whether it is Microsoft Windows or whatever, anything and everything to do with MS, Microsoft. So once you come out of your engineering life, as soon as you go into your organization, you will be knowing you are pretty much tuned or you have been taught to use MS. That is the reason why he does not care whether which kind of Windows you use. Getting it? Even this is a kind of innovation. Good way or the other way, I have no idea. But this is an innovative way of making customers use the same thing. How many of you know how to use Ubuntu? Ubuntu, Linux, Ubuntu. How many of you know how to use it? Not with the GUI writing codes. Right. And yeah, of course, when we come to Indian market, Flipkart in the year 2009 or 10, 2 people from Amazon, 2 employees of Amazon resigned, they came here and they started Flipkart. Again, they did the same thing as that of Amazon. They started with books. And see now where Flipkart is doing good. Similar to do with Ola. Tough competition against Uber and see where they are standing. They have even started manufacturing their own electric scooters. And of course, the greatest of all, the Tata. Fine. At one time, all the taxis were Tata Indicas, And now you see the second best selling SUV is Nexon. The first one is Brezza. Second one used to be Creta. Now it has been taken over by Nexon. Within a short span of 5 to 6 years, from Tata Indica, now we have Harrier, Punch. Then you have Nexon, you have Hexa, you have Safari. Sumo, I have no idea whether it is there. Then many more, I think 6 to 7 cars they have. Altos. So many cars. See the innovation which will. And where do you think, how did they innovate? One was the NCAP rating. They introduced that concept. Till that, itna deti hai. That was the regular tagline with which Maruti Suzuki was going. They had their funny commercials. I hope you remember. Maruti Suzuki, kitna deti hai. These people, Tata came up with NCAP ratings and they introduced that particular concept. But more importantly, do you know which British companies are associated with Tata? Automobile giants. Jaguar and Land Rover. They had purchased it, and it was only within last 5 to 6 years they were actually able to use their technical domain and they were able to produce these kinds of industries. This is that innovation what we need to talk about. Okay, with this I will skip for a minute. So, last 5 minutes. Motivation in innovation. There are 2 ways of getting motivated. The first way of motivation is you actually get an idea to do something and you are motivated enough to do that. That is one way. Or the second way, you have been thrown inside water and you are forced to innovate. If you do not innovate, you will fail. Best example, here again, that this roller is rolling down. So his next big project is to create brakes. So he is forced to innovate. Best example is, how many of you know about HMT? Hindustan Motor Tools. Or sorry, Hindustan Machine Tools. HMT, exactly, HMT watches. HMT also, it is known for watches, but it was also manufacturing shaping tools, planar tools, all those machine tools what we have. In a matter of few years, others took over and they were not able to. Any other example you can give? Which started and then it had to fail. Vodafone. Before that, how many of you remember Spice? Earlier, we used to get some student sims and all for that, and very good offers were there. It failed. Hutch came. Reliance, the first one, which was CDN, that was a hit. Docomo, Hutch, and actually it was Tata Docomo. It was a partnership between Docomo. Docomo is from Japan and Tata was from India. So Tata Docomo, Hutch, and recently Vodafone and Idea separated. So they had to combine together. So if you do not innovate in life, you have to suffer because others will just move ahead. And of course, there will be lots and lots of challenges. Everyone wants to innovate, but no one wants to start. That is the first problem. Newton's first law always is true for everything in this world. A body in the state of rest stays in the state of rest unless and until it is compelled by an external force to move forward. It is with non-living things, and it is definitely true with living things. So you have to. And the 4 pillars of this: marketing, product development, finance, and legal. These 4 are always there in innovation issues.